These are the top 5 fresh colognes I love so much I would keep for life. So if you're looking at getting some of the best fresh fragrances on the market, you should definitely check out these. I love a good freshie. Sometimes they can just make you feel so good. They can lift your spirits. You can wear them in the summer. You can even wear them in the winter. And people around you generally love fresh fragrances. So it's something you should definitely have in your fragrance wardrobe. These are the ones I reach for the most. And if you were to take all my other fresh fragrances away from me, these are the 5 I would keep for life. I'm starting off with a modern men's designer classic. You cannot go wrong with this fragrance. It hits the spot every time, never fails. Bleu de Chanel, this is the EDP. This is like a mysterious ocean breeze. There's some fruit, there's grapefruit, there's incense, there's intense woods. It's got some of that fresh sea breeze that you would get if you were skimming along the surface of the ocean on a speedboat or on a yacht, but it's also got some of that deep blue ocean, that mysterious blue ocean. I know that doesn't actually smell of anything, but the image that that evokes. But the most important thing about this fragrance is how I feel when I wear it, and I feel amazing. I feel like I can be smelling as good as any man can smell. It just ticks a lot of boxes for me for a fresh fragrance. It's clean, it's easy to like, it's mass appealing, it inspires confidence, it smells assured, it's got just the right amount of assertiveness. It's doing everything I like. You could wear this as a holiday fragrance in the daytime or in the evening. You could wear this as a signature scent in the winter, daytime or evening. This is a very versatile fresh fragrance. It's got that depth, it's got a bit of incense, it's got the woods. It's the sort of profile that you can just wear whenever you like, and that's the reason this fragrance becomes a signature scent for most people. It's Chanel, so it comes with that quality, with that prestige, with that French chic. There aren't many people in this world that would catch a little bit of sillage from Bleu de Chanel, any of the versions really, and not think that you smell good. For all those reasons, I gotta keep it for life. So if Bleu de Chanel is more of a modern masculine sort of smell, this one definitely has more of a classic gentlemanly appeal, but still very much a place in a modern fragrance wardrobe. From Acqua de Parma, it's Colonia Intensa. Clean citrus and ginger, a little bit of spice, neroli, cedarwood, and even some leather. The Acqua de Parma Colonia line is the quintessential crisp, clean, maybe Italian gentlemanly sort of smell. Whenever I smell a profile like this, I always think of a classic movie star of the 40s, 50s, 60s, walking around Monaco, smelling fantastic. I always imagine that in that situation, that movie star would have been smelling like this. But this is the Intense, or the Intensa version of the original, so it has that timeless, classic, almost vintage sort of smell, but this one modernizes things. I think the leather bolsters it. It doesn't smell like a leathery fragrance at all, but it's giving it some extra firepower. It's got a bit more heft, it's got a bit more density, it's a little more assertive, a bit more attitude than the original, and for all those reasons, that's why I would choose Intensa over Colonia, because it just lasts that little bit longer and it projects that little bit stronger. The reason this is so good is probably because it's a joint effort from 2 absolute perfume legends, Alberto Morillas and Francois Demochy, who was head perfumer at Dior for many years. They both created this scent together. So when you bring 2 of the best perfumers in the world together to create a fragrance, you get this. And for all those reasons, I'm keeping it. I've always said that Parfums de Marly are one of my favorite niche brands. One of the reasons for that is because it's very accessible when you're just getting into fragrances. You can find them quite easily. You can get into Parfums de Marly because they smooth out that transition between designer and niche. Some smell a lot more niche, some smell maybe a little more leaning to the designer. This is one of those. It's very mass appealing. It works well in hot temperatures in the summer, but I think this works equally as well in the winter. Percival. Lavender, citruses, punchy pink pepper, spices and woods. At the risk of sounding a little bit lame here, I'd describe this as an elevated designer fresh fragrance. And what I mean by that is it smells like a designer, but better. It smells like it's got better ingredients, it smells smoother, better blended. It's not got that generic designer smell. It sort of takes that away. So it's got everything that is great about designer fragrances, jettisons a few of the things that aren't so great about designer fragrances, and puts it all in this beautiful package. It's very modern smelling, it's got a bit of sweetness, it's fresh, it's spicy. This is a fragrance that projects. This lasts a long time on me for a fresh fragrance that lasts a long time. Sometimes difficult to find, that's one of the reasons why I'm keeping this one, and it's so mass appealing. I've had so many compliments over the years wearing this fragrance. So I love it, the people love it, the quality is on point, it's got that versatility. This is a freshie I adore, one of my favorites, and I'm keeping it for life. Here's a fragrance from Armani that takes a very classic 90s designer smell, a very good sort of smell, but it modernizes it. It adds some extra things into the mix to make this even better, I think, than the original Acqua Parfum. It's fresh, it's marine, oceanic, aquatic, it's herbal, it's spicy, little bit of mysterious incense adding some depth. Sometimes a little bit confusing with Armani's releases. There's actually multiple versions of this. The original version of this was called Profumo. I do have that one, and then they modernized things a little bit and released Parfum, and then they released another formulation of Parfum. Anyway, I think the version that you can currently buy on the market, it's not actually this one, this is the second to newest one. The one that you can currently buy, the Acqua Parfum, is a really good interpretation of the DNA. One of the main reasons why I prefer this to the original Acqua is the extra firepower that we get. You know, you get everything that's good about a fresh fragrance, but we get some lasting power, we get projection. All the things that are added into this over the original, in my opinion, improve it. It's classy, it's easy to like, it's got good performance, reminds me a little bit of being by the ocean, which is something that I love in my life. So I have a bit of an emotional connection all intertwined with this one, and that's always a good reason to want to keep a fragrance. So all those reasons, this one's staying. The final fragrance is the newest to my collection. I've only had this one now for I think 18 months, but it was an instant love, and I've worn this a lot over the last year and a half. Louis Vuitton's Imagination. There aren't many fragrances in my collection where the juice level has got this low in the bottle, because I've got a lot to choose from, but with this one, there's a bit of a dent there. A modern masterpiece in my opinion. There's a reason this gets so hyped. If you look at the note breakdown, it doesn't look like it should be a game-changing, iconic fragrance. There's some citrus, there's some woods, there's some tea, but all these things together just seem to have created this perfect storm of a fresh fragrance. This alchemy, this magic has been sprinkled into this one, and it's superb. Kudos to Perfumer Jacques Cavalier for this one, because to take notes that on paper don't look particularly different or unique from a lot of other fragrances, but to blend them, to get them in the right amounts, to bring them together in just the right way to create this smell. What an expert. Hugely versatile. I love to wear this in the warmer temperatures, but you know what? I'll throw it on in the winter, no problem, because there's enough in here to give it that performance even in colder weather. I must admit, I was a little late to the game with this fragrance. I saw a lot of hype, and sometimes you don't just want to buy into the hype, so I didn't try it, but then I did try it, and I realized the hype was real. Fragrances this good don't come along all that often, so when they do, you gotta hold on to them, right? You gotta hold on to them tight, never let them go, keep them for life. That is my ultimate freshie collection. Right now, these are my 5 favorites. Maybe in 12 months, something new will come along, or I'll smell something I haven't smelled before, and the list may change. But at the moment, these are the freshies that blow me away. What do you think of the choices that I've made? And I would love to know, which 5 fresh colognes or fresh fragrances would you keep for life? Which ones are you holding tight and never letting go? Let me know down there in the comments. I hope you found this video useful. I hope you liked it. If you did, you know what to do. Give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already. And if you do all that, I'll see you in the next one. Stay fresh.